Okay, no intro today because today we're doing something slightly different. We're gonna be talking about the new training area that just got added just not too long ago. And I'm doing something different by doing it live this time instead of normally. So in order to get there, you have to talk to this guy. Ignore all the old looking weird skins, it's April Fools, and you go to the training area here. Okay, you'll spawn in right here, and once you walk forward, there's this thing right here, which is ult charge, instantly gives you your ult. This is the settings. As you can see, you can change different settings here. And right here are 3 different dummies. I don't think there's anything special with these dummies besides just having 250 HP. Now we go exit, and over here is the shooting range. As you can see, there's a little mini game here that you can do, where you can start it up right here and it'll count how many points you get from shooting each of these bots. And then right over to this is the new green screen rooms. As you can see, there's a green room and a blue room. When you enter inside of it, you can see that it's all green. And these 2 rooms would be great for at least me to help make better content and more memes or something like that. Now going outside into like the main court area, I don't know what this is called. These yellow dummies right here are damage reduction enemies. So this, as you can see, my damage is going down. And then basically 0 damage. So this would be 25, 50%, 75, and then 100% damage reduction. So if your ability can reduce armor, then this is good to test it here. Now over here, on this side of the map, is the invisible dummy. This dummy cannot die, no matter what. No matter how much damage you deal, they just won't die. So this dummy is great for you to test it on how much damage you can do in total, or just anything in general that you need something to not die. Over here is where you can interact with this thing and clone yourself. Not really sure what you can do with this thing. Use it to clone a certain character, so you'll be able to test out how your damage fares up against them. Or you can use this as a hyper laser test dummy. Now this is just the jumping dummy. It's pretty simple, just as all the other ones. It just jumps in place, so you can test if your abilities can do damage to a jumping enemy. Now over here, these 2 are regenerating dummies. They'll regenerate their HP. As you can see, the HP is regenerating every time I attack it. So you can see, you can test any of your combos out to see if you can do enough damage if they're hypothetically being healed. This one right here is basically the same thing, but the healing is even more. As you can see, I am not doing enough damage at all to get a kill. Now this one right here is actually a pretty cool dummy. This is a DPS counter. So it's going to count up your average DPS of how much you're doing. As you can see, from just M1s alone, Skateboard is doing 60 DPS. The only complaint about this is that it's next to a wall, so I can't really do the whole jumping combo thing. Just test the DPS. Another ult orb. Now we go up here. Now these are just dummies that shoot each other. The green ones are your allies, so you can test out your healing on these. Or you can test out buffing this dummy right there that's shooting the enemy. Different things like that. Or you can just take damage if you want. And lastly, over here is a giant tape measure, which is going to tell you how far moves can go and stuff. Like if I just press Skate's Q, as you can see, I went 60 studs, almost 60 studs. And then over here is the jump height one, which is basically the same thing. Kind of hard to test it on Skateboard because he just not really meant for jump height like that. And this thing right here can test out different buffs. So you can touch the green pad to give you said buff. As you can see, now I have 25 haste. But this thing can stack each time you touch it. So, as you can see, I am getting really, really fast. And you touch the red one to get rid of it. And you interact with this to have different things. So the first one was haste. Now this is slow. As you can see, it slows. But Skateboard's passive is kind of counterbalancing it. Next is bounce, which this is jump height. After bounce is bound, which is the opposite of jump height. As you can see, I cannot jump. 100% bound is no jump height at all. After bound is armored. This is basically damage reduction. And 100% damage reduction is basically you are in. So if we go back to these dummies, as you can see, I take 0 damage. Next is vulnerable. This is a debuff, which makes it the opposite of damage reduction. You take more damage, so I'll take 25% more damage, and this thing just keeps it on stacking up. So basically, I'm just gonna get one tapped with this much. So as you can see, so basically you can test this thing out to test out different abilities if you don't know what these icons mean. Because at first, you probably won't know what these icons mean. But it's great to know because you can actually test out the different buffs now. It's pretty open enough for you to practice your tricks on Skateboard or any other movement character that they might add that requires, environment. Got to add this. If you want to leave, make sure you talk to this guy again, and then he'll ask if you want to leave, and you'll be teleported back to the main lobby. So, I do think this new training area is pretty nice, but there's some stuff that's missing and some stuff I would like to improve. Something like being able to move dummies around and is to make it where if somebody joins you, you'll be able to switch them to other teams or just have friendly fire on, because it would make my videos a whole lot easier to make. Because right now, this does help my videos if I want to use it. But the problem is, my videos have some more advanced stuff in it that I can't really do here. Another complaint I have is this shooting thing right here. It's cool and all to have a shooting thing here, but personally, I don't think most of the time people would get much use out of this. Because the best way to get better aim in games is to practice against real targets. Because realistically, nobody's gonna be moving side to side like this. Especially as the skateboard all the way in the back, yeah, that's not gonna happen. But it's still something you can do if you want to have some fun. The green screens, I already said, these things gonna be really nice for making new videos and memes. I might be sounding like I'm nitpicking now. These first 3 dummies I showed off earlier, since there's really nothing special about them, they could just maybe get rid of these or change them into something else. Because these dummies, they're not really that special, because might as well just have a dummy that can either heal or use the clone feature. These right here, the ones that shoot each other, this is fine. It can actually test out healing numbers and buffing numbers. Not much really here, it's pretty straightforward. The new buff thing that gives you different buffs, it's gonna be pretty nice. So say I was like doing Boombox or somebody, I could theoretically just theory craft without having to build up any passives or anything, if you know what I'm trying to say here. The long measuring tape with the studs marked on it, this is going to be very nice to test out different things. But like I said, you can't really make people friendly fire on your team. And what the heck is this? I don't know if this is a bug, but another complaint is it's really dark at night. It looks nice at night, but I just wish you can be like a little bit brighter, or just make it where we can change the time of day. Okay, waited a couple days for the results, and here are the results. It seems majority of you like it and are planning on using it. Yippee! Yay! In the comments? Well, there's not really anything here. Even though if you didn't have a chance to voice what you wanted to say during the poll, you can do it down in the comments if you want. So comment down below what you think about this new training area, because I really do like it. And I hope you guys like it and they approve upon it even more, so we can have a better game